Okay, our first lesson of Algebra 1. This section is lesson 1.1 and it covers variables and expressions. So basically we're going to look at um, words and put it into an equation, or look at an equation and put it into words. And this skill is super helpful for solving word problems. That's why it's so important. So when you're reading a word problem, you know what you need to do with it. So in this lesson, we're going to learn to write verbal expressions for algebraic expressions and write algebraic expressions for verbal expressions. So first, writing verbal expressions. So here we have an algebraic expression, 8x squared, right? We want to write what this is in words. So what this is 8 times x squared. So I'm going to just write that, 8 times x squared. And that would be a verbal expression for the algebraic expression. We also want to write something a little bit more complex. So here, this is a subtraction thing, right? So I can say that this is y to the 5th power and then this is minus, and that is 16 times y. Another way you can say this is you can say the difference of y to the 5th power and 16 times y. So instead of saying minus, this is also a difference. So you can say the difference of this thing and this thing. Okay, so now it's your turn. Let's just want to check your understanding and see how you guys are doing. So frequently throughout the videos, there will be pauses where it's your turn to answer a question. And then I will look it over before class and see what we need to look at in class. So you guys give this one a try. Okay, so there are some key terms, key phrases that we can use to tell what operation we want to do, whether it be addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So some common ones for addition is more than, sum, plus, increased by, and added to. Common for subtraction is less than, subtracted from, difference, decreased by, and minus. I want you to take note of, take note of this less than. That's going to be a key one that we're going to have to focus on because a lot of times that one gets messed up, but we'll look at it. All right, so for multiplication, we have product of, multiplied by, times, and of. You see of, that one's one that's not as obvious. Of is multiplication. Okay, and division, quotient of, and divided by. Okay, so first thing we're going to do when we're looking at these is we want to look at this and say which of those common terms is here so that I can write it into an expression, an algebraic expression. So here I have this less than right here. So remember, less than was subtraction, right? But if I'm looking at this, my initial thought might be just do 5 minus c. But this is not right. This is wrong. When you have a less than, it almost always switches the order. It's going to be c minus 5 because it's 5 less than c. If we think about these with numbers instead of with a variable, if I say, what is 2 less than 3? 2 less than 3 is 1. So I can't say 2 minus 3 is 1. That's not true. That's negative 1. But 3 minus 2, that is 1. So when I say something like 2 less than 3, I'm really doing 3 minus 2. So with the less than, you need to be super careful that you're doing it in the right order. Okay, next one. Write an algebraic expression for 9 plus the product of 2 and D. Okay, so 9 plus the product. When you have the product like that, that groups those two things together. Okay, so I have 9 plus the product of 2 and D. So that's 2 times D. Remember, product is multiplication. Okay, so 9 plus 2D is the answer for this one. C, write an algebraic expression for 2/5 of the area A. Okay, so 2/5, we're going to write that as a fraction, 2/5 of, what is the key for of? Remember, that was the tricky one, that's multiplication. So 2/5 times the area, which is A. So 2/5 of A. You don't, when you have a letter and a number, you don't have to put that times sign there. So we would normally just write it 2/5 A, like that. Or you could also write it as 2A over 5. However you want to do it is okay. Okay, you guys give this a go. Okay, so looking at a word problem. Mr. Nehru bought 2 adult tickets and 3 student tickets for a planetarium show. Write an algebraic expression that represents the cost of the tickets. So, I want to write an algebraic expression. So, we're assuming that an adult ticket is going to have a different price than a child's ticket. So let's say an adult ticket is going to be A, dollars. And a student ticket, we're going to say student, or S. Okay, so he bought 2 adult tickets. That means he paid twice this price A. So I'm going to do 2 times A. And he bought 3 student tickets. So that means he bought 3 at this price of that. So I'm going to do 3 times the student, and I add them together because altogether he bought this much in adults, this much in students. You could also think of it like this. You have A, 1 student, 1 adult, and another adult, right? And then you have 3 students, right? This would also make sense, but we can simplify this. There's 2 A's, so I can combine it to 2A, and 3 S's, and I can combine it to 3 F's. So if you need to do this step first, that's okay. But make sure you get down to this step here, because that's going to be more seen on a test. Okay, last one. Do you guys give this a go? And congratulations, you have now completed your first Algebra 1 lesson. Looking forward to the next one.